Hello and welcome to my MD2 preview. In this video, I'll go through my potential wildcard team for the World Cup Founders game. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. Without further ado, let's get started. So in goal, we have Hennessy from Wales and it's priced at 4.5 million. In Major 2, he'll be playing against Iran. He did have a solid game against USA in Major 1. Had only a single save during the match against USA. It was a comfortable game for Wales. And Iran did have 3 shots on target against England, so they're not that pretty of an offensive side. And the defense is made up of Cisse from Senegal at 4.5 million. In Major 2, he plays against Qatar, which is a nice fixture for Senegal. And Qatar had only 0 shots on target against Ecuador. In Major 1, Qatar created only a single big chance in that game. So another player in the defense is Trippier at 5 million. And you'll be playing against USA in Major 2. England will look to win the game so as to make it top of the group. In the Major 1, Trippier managed a single key pass against Iran. I think in Major 2 it will be an open game and he may get some attacking stance, especially on set pieces, that is corners or free kicks. Another defender, Salabri, I think, from Senegal at 4.5 million. Another cheap defender, and he did have 3 key passes against Netherlands in Major 1, and he also got a single shot on target in that game. Also, is a kind of an offensive player. He plays against Qatar in Major 2, which for me is a weak opponent, and especially in those wide areas. Another player is Dumfries. Netherlands will be facing against Ecuador in Major 2. And in Game 1, I didn't do that much. He had no goal involvement against Senegal, and he had 0 key passes. But I believe in Major 2 against Ecuador, it will be a turnover point for him, and as he plays the wing back row, he could get some attacking contribution during that game. So at the midfield, I went with Di Maria. And yeah, I know Argentina had a disappointing game in Major 1, but I think a game against Mexico is a must win for Argentina. And for Di Maria, he had 2 key passes against Saudi Arabia, and he's kind of a creative player. He was involved in crosses, had 6 crosses in that game, and I expect Argentina to control the game again, and I think they fight back from the defeat in Major 1. So it's another player I have in the midfield. Endo Hokamada from Japan, both these players 5 or 5.5 million. And I know Japan surprised many after they come back against Germany. And they face Costa Rica in Major 2, which they're the weakest side, I think, in the tournament so far, and they conceded 7 goals against Spain. For me, I'll take a punt on these Japanese attacking midfielders for Major 2 to get those points. So Endo, Hokamada, I mean, they'll be among the 2. I think I'll pick one, and they'll be making it into my wildcard team for Major 2. For Kamada, he had a single key pass against Germany, and looking at the stats of Costa Rica, they conceded 7 shots, 8 of those shots being on target, and also conceded 5 big chances. So as I said, these are possibly among the weakest side in this tournament. De Bruyne is another player at the midfield, and Belgium will be facing Morocco in Major 2. So Morocco played a solid game against Croatia at Major 1, which ended in a draw. I think it will be another test for Belgium after a narrow win against Canada in Major 1, in which the match ended 1-0. Kevin De Bruyne created 4 key passes. So another player will be making it into my wildcard team. So Bergwijn, I'll stick with Bergwijn again. So he'll be playing against Ecuador in Major 2. He had a main performance in Major 1 with a solid defensive side Senegal. And with Depay, I mean, could start in Major 2. I think to be a boost in that Netherlands forward line. And I think Ecuador, they are not that strong, or they have not faced a strong side. So they played against Qatar in Major 1, and they conceded a few chances, but Qatar didn't create a lot of chances. I think this will be a big test for Ecuador against Netherlands. So it will be, I think Netherlands will be looking for another win, I mean, to make it top of the group. So Bergwijn is another player in the midfield. So up front is Messi. I think he was the best player in the game against Saudi Arabia. He created a lot of chances. He had a goal in which he converted a penalty kick, and also he had a couple of assists which were offside after the VAR review. So it was like the key player in that game for Argentina, and he had 3 shots on target and 3 key passes. Also for me, Messi is another best captain option for MD2. So Argentina will be looking to fight back after their defeat against Saudi Arabia, and partnered with Lautaro Martinez up front. He didn't have such an amazing game against Saudi Arabia, but he did score goals which were later disallowed. Also, we start against Mexico in MD2, I think, and the bench to be the Japanese keeper, and at 4 million, I think the cheapest option. And I think Japan, as they very disciplined, they're very disciplined against Germany, and I think things will stay the same against Costa Rica, which is the weakest opponent we have seen. So Japan may keep a clean sheet, so I went for that Japanese goalkeeper. And another player is Bona Sosa, a cheap option at 3.5 million. And Croatia, they faced Canada in MD2, and there could be a potential clean sheet for that game. Another forward who will be on my bench is Gakpo. So he's a player who could replace Rafinha. So the Brazil game has not played yet as I'm recording this video, but I'll see how Rafinha will perform in that game and how Brazil will handle that game. So if Rafinha does not perform well, I think Gakpo will come and replace him in MD2. So Gakpo did score in MD1, and also, as I said earlier, Netherlands versus Ecuador in MD2 is a pretty good fixture for the Dutch. Other player is Saka. I think he had a brilliant game against Iran, in which he scored a brace, and he had 3 shots on target on the starts, and USA did concede 7 shots against Wales. So I think for this game against USA, I mean, England will still get a lot of chances, and as you can see, like, USA do concede a lot of shots. I think it will be an open game, this game against USA, and I think possibly it will be among the favorite game of the group stage. So make sure you just watch it. So that's how my Wildcard team will likely shape up for MD2, and possibly some few changes after the Brazil games. After the Brazil game could be made, but at the moment this is how I'm locked. And the captain will be likely be Dumfries from Netherlands, and possibly I could change to Messi. So those are my 2 options, Dumfries and Messi are my 2 options for the captaincy for MD2. That's all from my side, so subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a like for the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.